Born in 980 AD 370 H in Karmaitan, a large village in Bukhurb. Ibn Sina's full name was Abu al-Husayn ibn Abdul bin al-Husayn bin Ali ibn Sina. His father, Abdullah, was a respected Ismaili scholar from Balkh, Afghanistan. His mother's name was Setara. He memorized the Quran by the age of 10. By the age of 14, he had already surpassed his teacher in logic. His earliest education began with a greengrocer who taught him arithmetic and basic math. He studied law under a Hanafiya scholar named Ismail Ashid. By the age of 16, he had mastered all the sciences known at his time. Ibn Sina studied major philosophical texts, including Porphyry's Isagoge and Aristotle's Categories. He completed readings of Ptolemy's Almagest and Euclid's Elements. He later studied works by Themistius, Alexander of Aphrodisias, Philophonus, Al-Razq, Al-Farb, and Yahya bin Adi. He has a lot of medical achievements. He studied medicine quickly and described it as an easy science. He opened a medical practice where he treated patients without asking for payment. He successfully treated the Sultan of Bukhurb when other court physicians failed. At age 18, he was appointed as a royal physician by Caliph Nh bin Mansur. While serving at the palace, he had access to a rich library and wrote extensively on various sciences. Ibn Sina wrote approximately 276 books, most in Arabic and Persian. He was given the title al-Sheikh al-Rais, meaning the master or head scholar. His writings covered philosophy, medicine, psychology, fiqh, history, and Islamic sciences. He wrote the Compendium of the Soul to honor a supporter at the palace. The Canon of Medicine is his most famous medical work, divided into 5 volumes. The Canon of Medicine is his most famous medical work, divided into 5 volumes. Al-Shif is an encyclopedic work covering logic, natural sciences, mathematics, and metaphysics. Kip al-Naid is a condensed version of Al-Shif. Al-Ishrat Washington Al-Tanbih was his final major philosophical contribution. Other notable works include Yarnu al-Wikma, Kip al-Hidbiyah, Al-Mabda Washington al-Mead, Risnala al-Khair, and K. ibn Yakin.
In this part, I will briefly share some of Ibn Sina's important works and ideas related to psychology. Ibn Sina wrote 2 famous books. The first is the Book of Healing, a philosophical encyclopedia that covers not just medicine, but also logic, psychology, and metaphysics. The second is the Canon of Medicine, a well-known medical text that also talks about mental health and psychological states. He divided the soul into 3 parts: the vegetative soul, the animal soul, and the rational soul. Ibn Sina also introduced the concept of 5 internal senses. Common sense gathers input from the 5 external senses. Imagination stores sensory images. Imaginative faculty manipulates those images creatively. Estimative faculty makes instinctive judgments. And memory stores past experiences and feelings. These ideas are closely related to memory, instincts, and how the mind works. Mental health insights. Ibn Sina also explored emotional and mental conditions like fear, sadness, and obsession. He believed that mental health affects physical health, and vice versa, which is called a psychosomatic connection. He even suggested non-medical treatments like music therapy, talking, and giving moral advice. Lastly, he strongly believed that the mind and body are connected. What we feel mentally can impact our physical health, a concept that is still important in modern psychology today.
Ibn Sina described psychology as the study of the soul, ilm al-nafs. He saw the mind and body as distinct but connected. For example, he believed that emotions like anger or sadness could lead to physical illness and that healing could occur by changing thought patterns, a concept that resembles today's cognitive behavioral therapy. Ibn Sina's psychological theory included both external and internal senses. He proposed 5 internal senses, like imagination and instinct, which processed mental images and judgments. He described different mental disorders, including depression and hallucinations. He even identified symptoms similar to schizophrenia, centuries before modern psychiatry. Ibn Sina's approach to healing was holistic. He treated patients with both scientific and spiritual tools, using reflection, prayer, and even Quranic verses as healing methods. His work laid the foundation for clinical psychology and remained a core medical reference in Europe for over 6 centuries.
When we talk about pioneers of mental health, names like Freud or Jung often come to mind. That centuries before them, in the heart of the Islamic Golden Age, there was a visionary who saw the human mind with striking clarity. Ibn Sina, also known in the West as Avicenna. Ibn Sina believed that the body and mind were deeply interconnected. This holistic approach forms the foundation of modern psychosomatic medicine and holistic psychology, where mental and physical health are seen as parts of a unified whole. At a time when mental illness was often attributed to spirits or supernatural forces, Ibn Sina recognized conditions like depression, anxiety, and even hallucinations and treated them as legitimate medical issues that helped shape the medical model of mental health used today. His treatment methods were ahead of their time. He engaged patients in conversation, helping them change negative thought patterns techniques that mirror today's cognitive behavioral therapy, which shows how advanced his understanding of human behavior was. But his insights didn't stop there. Ibn Sina explored the nature of the soul, self-awareness, and consciousness, laying the philosophical groundwork for what we now call mind-body dualism, a concept still debated in modern psychology and neuroscience. Through translations and commentaries, his works influenced both Islamic and Western psychology, shaping the development of theories that continue to evolve today. Central to his approach was compassion and ethics. He believed that understanding and empathy were as vital as diagnosis and treatment, an ethos that remains the cornerstone of psychological care. Ibn Sina's legacy is not just in ancient texts. It's in every compassionate conversation, every scientific discovery, and every effort to understand the human mind.